Hey fellows, as you probably already noticed, in this channel, I try to make the videos as short as it could be because I value a lot people lifetime. I value the time you have. I don't want to make anyone waste time. It's a principle that I live by. So I want to tell you guys that this video is going to be a long video because it has a different approach and a different goal and intention. In this video, I'll be explaining very shortly about one or other principles that you can use in order to make this knowledge process as fast and easy as possible and to keep anything you want to learn and master in a long-term memory. This is the process of retaining information in your brain, which is one of the most important. Usually, most people struggle on just learning, associating, assimilating. They struggle on those three ones. They don't even get, to reach the retain level. Who never ever have learned a new language or anything new, and because you haven't used that information, you lost it. You don't have it anymore, but something you had in the past, you just lost it. That happens so many times with everyone. That's because most people do not understand the knowledge process, do not try to understand how the brain works in order to choose the path of the knowledge that makes learning and retaining information easier for the brain. Not the method or the path that it's easier for you, or not the path that is set as the most common path for society that has been used for so many long years, like those old school ways of handling and dealing with knowledge, very poor and limited. So anyone interested in trying to understand how the brain works, which approaches are more friendly to the brain to manage knowledge, assimilate, associate, and the most important part, retain knowledge in your brain. This is one of the most important parts, like I just said. Who never ever learned something and then you forgot because you wasn't using that piece of information, or just because you couldn't handle the knowledge process in a more proper way. And remember, my approach does not seek for just managing this process randomly, but to make this knowledge process as fast and easy as possible, to make this whole process as easy as it could be for the brain. I could use this English biology kingdoms of life to try to explain that, but this is a very simple map just to show a point. I could use this crash course history mind map to try to show what I'm about to show you guys in this video, but this is just a very simple mind map. There's a card being displayed here above this video about another video in this channel that I did. In this video, I was creating this map in a live mind mapping, but I'm gonna ask you guys to excuse me to use a Brazilian Portuguese mind map because it's my native language, and I never ever tried to create a badass mind map in other languages because there is no reason for that, given that I have my native language, and in my native language I can I can build up badass mind maps. But the content that is written inside of this map doesn't matter. It's just the shape and the idea that I'm about to share with you guys. This mind map is about 6 months of law school. This map was built up picking up many different law school books, articles, monography theses, papers on this matter, on this subject. I gathered several different sources of content to build up this map. If we export this map for a PDF or Word format, it probably will get around 300 pages to 400 pages. So it's a medium-sized mind map. I have mind maps that has like 1,000 Word document pages, so big maps. So I consider this map a 300 pages map, a medium-sized mind map in my approach. So what do we do here on my approach on mind maps? We seek to make this knowledge process as easy as it could be and as fast as it could be. So whenever you're trying to search for anything, your brain is not dumb. Your brain makes a calculation, makes a math. How many time, how many energy you will have to spend to get information, to get what you want. In all possible kinds of situations in life, our brain makes that math. We make that calculation. How many time and energy you will have to spend in order to get what you want. That's basically what I do here in this channel. Whenever you need to get any information about our Freeplane English tutorial videos channel. For example, if you want to watch this video, you only have to trade 1 minute and 24 seconds of your lifetime. This video 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 45 seconds. You see, here our brain makes a trade-off. One of these days I was trying to learn how to make a video black and white on Adobe Premiere. And whenever I do any research, I always choose the easiest way because I'm not dumb. I have here 14 minutes, 6 minutes to teach me how to do it. Oh, check it out. I have here 1 minute video. I would definitely choose this video. And if you search a little bit better, you find like 1 minute video, another 1 minute video, 2 minute videos. So whenever we are trying to learn anything, our brain makes this trade-off. For example, here you have one path. Here you have another path. I can prove to you that this path, it's 1,000 times better for the brain than this one, because here we are fooling the brain. We're making the brain think that this is the easiest path. In fact, it is because of all the things behind this, all the scientific grounding. But in the end, as final result, in this mind map, I have 300 pages, and I can input here and add as much information as I want. It's limitless. In this map, I have much more information than in this other PDF. It's a paper about a law matter of law school. I have much more information than this PDF, or even much more information than this other article, because here I can put any information I want, but it doesn't look like. So here we are fooling the brain, and check out how the brain works. The brain look at this mind map and see, hey, this is just very small pieces, very small parts that we call nodes. This is just several nodes, not several. I can't even call this several. It's just a few nodes with single and double words. You can even have nodes with 3 or more words, but the smaller and the shortest you can use trigger words, the better it will be. In future videos, I will teach everything about trigger words. It's a word that triggers amount of knowledge in your brain automatically without you needing to open the node. Just reading the node, you have a general idea about what you're gonna find inside the node before you're triggering that information in your brain, just reading the node. But regardless that, you still have the knowledge itself in case you forget and need to unfold the knowledge inside the node with the trigger word. Just a reminder, this mind map is not in English, but I still am gonna use this mind map because it's a high level mind map and it doesn't matter what is written inside the nodes. It's just the idea and the shape and how I manage and work with knowledge and information. So getting back to the trade-off that our brain and ourselves we made in order to choose the easiest path to reach our goals. This is from far the most complete and deep content because I know that here I created this mind map. So I inputted more information and content here. And if there is any missing information, I can add anytime I want. Not to mention that here we have much more resources to organize information and knowledge than here. Here we can do much more than you can do in this traditional way to organize text. So getting back to our map, here we are fooling the brain. The brain look at this and see and thinks, hey, this is insanely easy. Come on, you gotta be kidding, right? This is just single and double words. Nodes. I can read this like in a blink of an eye, in a heartbeat. I can read all that's written here. And the brain is getting fooled because whenever you're managing knowledge in this way, the brain goes like, okay, I just read everything on the screen. Let's go on. I need more. This is too easy for me. This is one of the ideas. You are making knowledge look like way too easy. So when we unfold this node, our brain can read this very easily and very smooth because it just looks like as simple tasks. The brain goes like, I just read this node, so next one, okay, I just read it, next one, okay, next one, next one, next one, next, 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 next. Our brain can read this easily. So as you understand this mechanics and this process, I'm just gonna repeat it. So just read it, okay, just read it, okay, next. Okay, next. Oh, we have more information here, okay? And I will teach it in the future about trigger words, but all this information is built up in universal hierarchy. This is a father subject, father matter of law school. This is a topic of this father matter. This is a child of this father, and this is another child. And these are two siblings of this father. And these are the breakdown of the sibling topic, the sibling subject. This is a breakdown. And this here is another the breakdown of this father. And every single word I choose here is very specific, is a trigger word. This word is a spoiler about this matter, this subject. And this another trigger word that is in the red color means no. I usually add red color text when I mean no. So this is if I open, you see, no, it doesn't, don't. This other thing, same thing, you see, no. So even before opening this note, I know that this topic in this matter has a negative answer, has a nagging answer, a no answer. So that's the way I try to make the knowledge process look like as easy as it could be. And getting back how fast and easy I can manage knowledge, I can just unfold and read. Okay, I just read, next. And I can go on and on. Okay, just read, next. Okay, I just read it, next. Okay, I read it. Okay, next. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay. And as you can see, I mix different ways to organize information that I will also teach very detailed in the future. Here you can see in a very horizontal way, nodes organized like in a line with small words. Sometimes I just set not a big text, but a bigger amount of information when it's needed. In the future, I will show how I make to choose one way or other depending on the situation. But here I'm using some summary nodes for creating this piece of information. This is a different way I organized this other piece of information, and this is another way. As you can see, I inputted here a bigger text content, but in a way that doesn't make it too big, doesn't stress out and overload the brain. One of the tricks here and the secrets is to make this knowledge process as easy and smooth as it could be, because when our brain look at this, it doesn't get tired. It's okay, it's fine, it's just small pieces of information. That's how I handle it. I'm not gonna break down all this mind map because I know that is not the idea here. The idea is just to show you guys the shape that I use on my mind maps and to show to you guys that you gotta make this knowledge process as easy as it could be. This mind map I build up in one single day, and this mind map has 6 months of content of law school, a whole semester. I got the highest possible grades in this matter creating this mind map. In that time, I was working and going to university, to law school, so I couldn't study at home. I just took one single day in a weekend. I built up this map. I could get the highest grades on law school, and I even could master this matter better than the teacher itself. Me, just a simple freaking student, I could master this matter better than the teacher himself. In both tests that I got in that semester, I had to convince the teacher that he was wrong about 4 questions on his tests that he applied on my class. He was cocky and arrogant about that. He couldn't admit that he was wrong. So I went to the manager coordination ROFC of my law school course, and the teachers that has a superior hierarchy over my teacher. I showed those teachers that I was right about this matter, and my teacher that, between quote marks, was supposed to be a teacher, the knowledge was supposed to come from someone above us, not someone under us. This teacher, this paid university teacher, was wrong about that matter, and the coordination management office of my course agree with me, and they revoked the 4 questions of my teacher test. They gave me their highest grade on this matter, and I'm just giving you guys one single very short example. I have so many other different examples of so many times that I did this, that I could master a knowledge, a matter of anything better than my teachers. And just a reminder, I created this mind map in just one single freaking day. And I have done this several times in my life. It's so freaking easy, and that's one of my ideas here in this channel. That's why I'm so passionate about this idea. And I want to share with you guys because I want to help people to manage knowledge, just like Freeplane and this approach and all this knowledge have been helping me so much to manage knowledge better and to make my life easier. And the whole world can benefit if people can manage knowledge better. Think how the whole world would be a better place if everyone could manage knowledge better than today. Just like I said in the other video that I'll be displaying here a card above this video about the video I mentioned. One of the biggest issues nowadays is knowledge management. Anyone can get access to any kind of information on internet. We have internet, Google, YouTube, everything you can imagine to get access to any kind of information you want, and even for free. So, getting access to knowledge is no longer a problem. It was a problem someday in the past of humankind. Nowadays, it's no longer a problem getting access to information. The biggest issue nowadays is knowledge management because the knowledge is there. If you want to go to live in Mars, if you want to cure cancer, you will definitely achieve that if you can manage knowledge better, right? Can you agree that? You don't need master degree to understand that, right? If we can manage knowledge easier, faster, and better, we can't even calculate how much humankind can benefit from that. So with this approach of mine on Freeplane, Pedagogy, and mind maps, I could manage knowledge so much easier. Come on, we are talking about law school. I don't know about your degree, you that are hearing and listening to this video, but law school, people struggle to do that. I went to really good law school colleges and universities on my country, the best ones, and I could see all my classmates struggling, crying, sweating blood to manage this that I could manage better than the teacher. Me, myself, a very simple student, just using this tool. I'm just giving this one single example, but this that happened with this matter happened with me with several other different matters. I got the highest grades. I could prove teachers wrong so many times, not because I wanted, because I want to, challenge or dare my teachers, just because I was right. I didn't accept it to be damaged just because the teacher wasn't right about that, because the teacher needed to study more about the matter. And that is so true that I went to my university's management coordination office that has a superior hierarchy over my teacher. They organize everything about law school on the colleges and universities I went, and I showed them every time I thought the teachers was wrong, and they always agreed with me, and they gave me that grade and revoked teachers' questions on tests on my colleges and universities. And just getting back to example of this single matter of 6 months of law school, I created this mind map in one single day. The rest of the semester, I was just reviewing this map. Every time I went to college, university, before the teacher get in the room, I just open this map, I can review this map. This map has around 300 Word/PDF pages, regular pages, but is in the shape of a mind map. I can review this 6 months, 300 pages in 10 to tops 15 minutes. That's the time I get to review this, because here we are talking about a totally different way. When I manage knowledge in this way, it's like you are walking. When I'm managing knowledge in a mind map with this approach, it's like I'm trying to manage knowledge using an airplane, flying. And here you are walking. So it's not even fair. I use it to tell people that using mind map with this approach doesn't even feels like a fair trade, because it feels like cheating. I'm cheating on knowledge. I created this mind map, 300 pages in one single day. I just got articles from internet. I was copy and paste, and separating and organizing information in this shape you could see. I got one single day in my weekend to do this. Very easy, a piece of cake. And after that, I could use this for the whole semester on my university. I could get the highest grade in this subject and even in the other subjects on my college. A matter that my classmates and colleagues was struggling to pass, killing themselves, sweating blood. And I can relate because I am from law school, I'm from law field, so I can relate and I can tell that most people, they can barely finish those subjects and matters on law school. They sometimes learn one thing or another and they finish without retaining most of the information. They get the grades, they get the degree, sometimes they pass the bar, they get the license to be a lawyer or to work in any field of law or justice, but they don't know the matter because they barely can't learn, associate, or assimilate. They have issue with these 3 topics of knowledge process. And not even to mention retain, they struggle to retain information. It's really hard for them, for most people. And not to mention to retain knowledge, information, and ideas in a short term, then in a medium term period of time, then in a long term. Things you memorize in a long term is harder to forget. And there is 2 very simple ways to do that. build up your own maps and review your maps, who never ever learned something, and because you wasn't using that knowledge, you forgot. You no longer have that knowledge that you have once in the past. So guys, sorry about the very long video. I really needed to share that. Some videos here will be insanely long. Other videos will be like 1 to 2 minute videos. Each video has a different approach and a different goal. I really needed to make this long video to have this intro conversation, just the very beginning about my approach, giving a personal case of myself, how I could manage to make knowledge process easier and faster for me, how I could get better results from my personal life with this. And I gave an example of law school that people struggle hardly to get, the basic information about this and forget in the day after. That's how my colleagues and classmates manage. They can't keep the knowledge for a long time because every day you have tons of new knowledge to manage, and people cannot manage to keep the old information because they feel like they need to release space to gather more information. They don't have the sense that building up a very logical whole complete information, to link all the information you have from some field or other fields to use the best way to manage knowledge, not for you, but for your brain. Not the classic and old-fashioned way to manage knowledge, limited, but choose a better way to manage knowledge, to make things easier for the brain. Whenever our brain look at this, big text, big knowledge, our brain feels tired. The trade-off is not good. The brain would rather an easier and funnier way to manage knowledge, not this boring, not attractive way to manage knowledge. When you look at this, even this map with this small zoom level, with several branches opened, this looks like way more attractive than the old-fashioned way to manage knowledge. That's how we trick the brain. We get any knowledge you want, any amount of knowledge you want. You organize in this shape, in this approach that, wait for it, in future videos I'll be explaining detailed like I've been trying to do in this channel. I just want to pass a general idea to you guys. But that's how you trick the brain. So guys, sorry for the long video, but I'm just making several kinds of contents with different approaches. You can just pick which one suits best to your needs. You can find many videos in this channel with 1 to 2 minute videos, but sometimes I will need to make those long videos. I think even using a Portuguese Brazilian law mind map, I was perfectly able to pass the information and the ideas I wanted to pass in this very introduction video, this very basic intro. I'm not even getting deep on it. I'm just trying to pass a general idea and show how the simple is power. You don't need to use fancy or complex ways to manage knowledge. This is a very simple map, symmetric with single to double keywords that I call trigger words that trigger, trigger knowledge in your brain. Sometimes you don't even need to open it. The more you review your maps, the more you build up the maps, the faster you get about it. You don't even to open this map to know what it's written if I unfold this node. The more you do this, the more you review and manage knowledge, the easier and better you're gonna get at this. And you're gonna start storing knowledge in your short-term memory storage in your brain. And the more you do it, the more you review your maps and build your own maps, you're gonna send that knowledge that is stored in your short-term memory storage to the medium-term memory storage in your brain, then to the long-term memory storage in your brain. Anyway guys, this is it for now, and see you in the next videos.